Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is a bonus lesson for those in the course called the challenge, the 10-day challenge for planning your family history ebook. I went back to my plan again this week and looked carefully at some of the things that I had put together, and I now am happy with the structure for my book. And I'm over here in Dabble Writer, which you know is my favorite tool for writing. Now, I had Chat GPT help me with the preface, but I've since made many changes to it. But this volume is now called Stitching the Past, the Allery Legacy. There is a volume 2, which I'm still to finalise. But after I looked through the preface again, it occurred to me that I was looking for something else to tie in each of the chapters of my stories. So I went back to Chat GPT and asked the question about how I could weave in the whole theme of tailoring throughout the book. And it came up with some great suggestions, such as metaphors and similes. So stitching together pieces of a vast, intricate tapestry. Anecdotes and stories, which is what I include in the stories of my ancestors, and looking carefully at some of the challenges that they faced in their profession. I've included the historical context and looked at the role and status of tailors in the society and time periods. I've focused in on what visual elements I'm going to include for each story. So there will be photographs and some of those old vintage photos for the workshops fashioned from the era, and maybe tailoring related symbols or motifs in the design of the ebook. Something that I need to work on for another time. Lessons and insights. This is important to put into your stories how you draw parallels between your ancestors and your own life. And I like this suggestion that it came up with, that I draw a parallel between the patience required in tailoring to that of being a genealogist. The next one really intrigued me though. I thought this is ideal. Having some quotes and proverbs to put at the beginning of each chapter will help tie everything together neatly. And it's suggesting, for example, a stitch in time saves 9. So I wondered where I could put these quotes and proverbs in place. So yes, I went back to Chat GPT and I wanted it to create a set of these quotes or proverbs for each of my chapters. But first I needed a list of my chapters. So in this page, all I have done is listed the names of each chapters, which you can see here on the left side of my Dabble Writer. So I took a copy of all of those and took that over to Chat GPT and asked my question. So the prompt is, it has a title, Famous Quotes or Proverbs. I'm asking it to be a skilled copywriter with a flair for poetry. The task is to write a list of suitable quotes, old sayings or proverbs for each of the chapter titles below, and to present this in a tabular format, and then just copy all of those chapter titles beneath. I was surprised and delighted with the result, and here's what it looks like. So for each chapter title, it's come up with a quote, saying, or proverb in the right-hand column. And I like the way it is kept to the theme all the way through. Some I've made a few little changes to. Some of the wording didn't strike a chord with me, but it gave me the starting point for a quote to put in place in every one of my chapters. It was done a great job. So what I did was just to copy each of those little quotes and go back to Dabble Writer and put it in place. So here in chapter 1, the roots of the Allery tree, here is the first quote. A tree's beauty lies in its branches, but its strength lies in its roots. What a perfect quote to begin the story. Then the second one here, the whole cloth. We are cut from the same cloth. Our patterns may vary, but our origin remains the same. Another great quote to start talking about my ancestors from Devon. So it was a simple tool and a simple prompt to get this result. But first I had to be quite clear about what my chapter titles were. So if you're going to try this out, make sure you've got those really cemented now so that you don't have to go back and revisit this set of quotes. If this is for you, then I suggest you go to Chat GPT and put in place the list of your chapter titles that you've scoped out and ask for a set of quotes, proverbs, or old sayings. I'm sure you'll be as delighted as I was. So good luck with that, and I hope that you will revisit your family history ebook plan a few more times before you get stuck into writing the chapters. Bye for now.